Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Diane's Sewing Room. I hope you're all having a fabulous day. And today I thought I'd do a midweek catch-up, a crafty catch-up on what I've been doing. And I'd also like to say thank you to everybody who's subscribed and been commenting, because I've just noticed I've just tipped over the 1,000 subscribers. I mean, it may have tipped back under today while I've not been looking, but either way, thank you to everybody. I really appreciate it. It's really made my day. So I've been out today, so I've not had a look. So if you've dropped any comments today, I will get to them as soon as I go on my computer. I've just got back. I did a bit of work this morning before I left, and I've also been making a new bag this past couple of days as well, because I've not added any bags to my Etsy shop for a while, and I want to get back into doing that. I would like to find a better long-term solution, but everything looks quite expensive. And as I said before, Etsy's got quite expensive as well now. And as I only sell now and again, I need to think what works best for me really, as this is sort of a casual thing that I do with handbags. So I thought I'd share this one. So as I've been getting into a bit of patchwork, I've done entirely patchwork for the outer. I've used some of my gifted fabric as a base, mixed with some of my own. I've also used some quilting wadding, so I've quilted the outer, and I've also used some denim which I've then quilted for the base. So the bag has an adjustable strap with a slider, and I've also done some applique on it. So I'm going to share that with you now, so I hope you like it. It's very spring-like. So as you can see, we've got this sort of twill striped fabric underneath, and then it's got patchwork and an applique flower. It's patchwork on the other side if you don't want it with the sort of flower showing. It's also got one of my labels. So my shop is Green Lady Co. So I had these little labels made a while ago, so I've been enjoying putting those on. And this is the quilted part at the bottom. So this is denim, which has then been quilted with a diamond design. And then we've got denim on the straps, and it's got a slider, so you can wear it across the body. And inside it fastens with a snap, like this. It has an inside pocket, and the inside is lined with this rather nice bee fabric. So that's what I've been making. So I just thought I'd share that first of all, and that will be available in my Etsy shop, and I always link that below. So that's one thing. Now the other thing is, since I've been doing this quilting, I thought there are quite a lot of quilted jackets out there at the moment, and buying the quilted fabric ready-made, it can be quite expensive, I've noticed, and it's really easy to do. So I'm thinking of making myself a quilted jacket for the spring, so I'm not wearing my really heavy jackets. So I have got a nice bomber jacket that I made, that I've shared that on here before, which I lined. And I also used an old hoodie inside it, which I cut up to use as lining. And that is a really lovely spring, sort of summer lightweight jacket. But it's very colourful, and I am drawn to colourful things. So what I had thought was I may even make a sort of plain, sort of padded jacket and just keep the colourfulness to the inside for the lining, so that it'll go with more things. Or I may stick with my tradition of being a bit wild with my sewing and do some sort of patchworky bits, which I've mentioned before. So I'm a bit torn at the minute. I may do both, we'll have to see. But this book I've had for a while, and I may have shared this on here before. In fact, I know I have when I did about sewing books. So it's basic black. So it is a nice book, and I made a few things out of it. But the thing is, they do come out small. They are small fittings. And if I work from it again, I think I'm just going to cut everything out a little bigger than the pattern suggests and work from it that way. The things I made last time did fit, but they literally fit where they touched. And I've spoke to other people, and they've had the same issue with it. So the patterns are beautiful. You do have to trace them off like you do in the Tilly books and like you do in Birder magazine and things like that. But they are really lovely. Now, the idea of this book is everything's sort of made in black. You don't have to do that. and I haven't done that with everything that I've made. I mean, I have made a few things in black and they do look nice and it does keep your wardrobe cohesive, I suppose. But what I've been looking at is this. So we've got this lovely padded jacket here, and there are a lot of these around at the moment. They do seem to be in everywhere. So it zips straight up to the neck here. It's quite a simple shape. Now, the big picture is the one for the vest, which is from the same pattern, but this is it without the sleeves and made up in a knit fabric. So if you want to see it more clearly, it's quite hard. It's that one there in the image here. So that is the basic idea of that one. And there is a better look at the pattern pieces I'll show you on this page. So as you can see here, it's quite simple. So it's an easy make. So it'd be the ideal project to do if you're going to be doing lots of quilting of your own fabric, because you've got your work cut out doing that part, haven't you? And then lining it. So that is what I'm thinking of doing for a padded jacket. Now, in my gifted fabric, there was, I noticed, some dark denim. So I was like that whether to do some jeans with them, but I could do the padded jacket. So I'm undecided which to do at the moment. I have enough jeans, so do I want to make another pair? Or would I rather make this with the fabric, but I've also got denim jackets too, but I haven't got a padded one. So I'm thinking of doing that with the denim and then maybe doing some bold lining on the inside to keep it fun. So that's from the basic black book. So that's one perspective make for the future outside of my work makes, because I have to do those all the time. So I say have to, I love doing them, but I just mean free choice. This is something I'm going to be doing. So I'll pop that there a minute. And then the other thing, and it's another make from the gifted fabric. Now I've made this skirt before, birder skirt, and I've made this one. So it's version A, this one here. You can't see it very well because it's dark, but if you look at the line drawing, I'll turn it around. That one there. So the shorter version, this shorter version, it's got pockets, a central front seam and a deep band for the waist. And I made mine lined when I made it, and I've got that in a really bold sort of green and black printed fabric, and it's a really nice fitting skirt. It's a really good shape. I really like it. But I thought that would also work well in this, which was in my gifted fabric. And it's this cord. So I have showed you this when I did the fabric haul video. So it's sort of an olive green with brown. And I have some lining fabric as well in there. So I thought that they would go really well together. And I know that's sort of autumn wintry, but in England we get sort of wintry weather right through the spring sometimes. We sometimes even get snow in April, sometimes just random snow. So I'm not thinking that now, oh, we're moving out of winter clothes, because we can get rubbish weather all year round here in the UK. So I'll still be wearing a corduroy lined skirt probably through the spring and some days of the summer when it's cooler anyway. So I think I'm going to give that one a go with this. So that is the next thing that I've got planned for that fabric. Now, the other thing that I was going to speak to you about, and I'm really annoyed because I've just looked everywhere trying to find the pattern for this, and this just shows I need to be more organised with my patterns, because I really like this and I made a point of thinking I'm going to make this one again at some point, put it somewhere safe. I've been through all my boxes and I can't find it, and it's this dress that I'm wearing today. I only made it before Christmas, so I'm really annoyed. But it is a button-down dress. It's got a band. The sleeves all in one piece, as you can see. And it has some pleating at the back. This is the first time I've worn it, and probably if I'd worn it sooner, I would have thought about where my pattern is. I will find it and I'll probably let you know next time if you're interested in making it. But it was really quite a quick make. The only thing that took the time obviously was the buttonholes and sewing on the buttons. It turned out a nice fit, I really like the shape of it. It's a pretty shape without being an overcomplicated make. So I will find it and link it in next time, because I know people have said that they like to know what I've been wearing and they like to know what pattern it is in case they want to make it for themselves. So I will hunt that out, but I could not go through them all again just now, because I think I've gone through them just 2 or 3 times just now, and it might be one of them things, it's right under my nose and I keep missing it. And if I'd been making my scrapbook sooner, I wouldn't have had this problem. So I'm going to give you a little update on my scrapbook that I started, which was a New Year thing that I started for myself, so that this kind of thing and forgetting what was what wouldn't happen. So here is my scrapbook that I shared round about Christmas time, and I started it straight away. So these are from the last week of December when I started it. So this was my first page. So I had my makes, and what I've done, I've put a fabric sample in and then printed off a picture of what I'd made, and I wrote what fabric it was and what pattern it was. And I have kept it up. I do need to update it for the last couple of days. So this was the start of January. So the photographs, fabric samples and an image. Next week, so you will see there is my keyhole blouse from the Gertie book. Some of the others are work makes. And I've drawn the squares, and it was just a plain scrapbook. And here, so some of these you may have seen in videos, you may have seen me wearing them. I had this one on quite recently. And then here, more recently at the bottom here, was the underwear I did last week and some of last week's makes. And then I need to start filling in for this week, because there's more things that I've done that need to go in, including my bag that I've not filled in yet. So that needs updating. But as you can see, so far, I've been updating it with my sewing makes. Now that'll make it so much easier in future when I want to just quickly glance back and remember what pattern it was, what fabric it was. It'll just make things so much easier. So let me know if you're doing anything like that yourselves. Somebody did mention it in the comments that they were into journaling, and that was something that they were thinking of doing with their sewing and scraps and using them up in that way. So it may be a little different to mine, but somebody else's take on it. Thank you again so much for watching, subscribing, and all the lovely comments that you leave. That's all for today. I'll be back soon. Bye for now.